Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you, my students, to the CTY Group of Schools e-learning program for senior secondary schools. The subject is financial accounting for senior secondary school and this is the sixth week of the third term of this academic session. The topic for this week is adjustment in final account, and the area we are going to be looking at is the provision for accruals and prepayment as prepared by Mr. Ishabi and Mr. Rauf AG. To start with, let's look at accruals. What do we understand, or what do we mean by accruals? Accruals are the expenses incurred of which cash payment has not been made and revenue that has been earned but for which cash has not been received. Again, accruals are the expenses incurred of which cash payment has not been made and revenue that has been earned but for which cash has not been received. What that simply means is that when we are talking about accruals, we are talking about two things: the expenses that have been incurred but which cash payment has not been made, and the revenue that has been earned but of which the cash receipt has not been done. Accrual concept states that revenue and expenditure are recognized as they are earned or incurred and dealt with in the profit and loss account for the period to which they relate and not the period they are paid and received. According to accrual concepts, the concepts tell us that revenue are recognized as at the time they are earned, while expenditure are also recognized as at the time it was incurred, and as such they were to be treated in the profit and loss account for the period they were earned or incurred and not the period they are actually paid for or the receipt has been made. Accrual can be divided into accrued income and accrued expenses. Accruals can be divided into accrued income and accrued expenses. Accrued income. Accrued incomes are revenue earned for services that have been performed or for goods that have been delivered but the income has not been received at the date of preparation of final accounts. Accrued income are revenue earned for services that have been performed or for goods that have been delivered but the income has not been received as at the date of preparation of its final account. What this simply means is that as at the day the final account is being prepared, the revenue that has been earned for services rendered or for goods that have been delivered are treated. That is, accrued income simply means that revenue earned for services that have been performed or for goods that have been delivered which has not been received as at the date of preparation of final account is what we term as accrued income. It is the revenue that has been earned but for which cash has not yet been received. That is the revenue that has been earned that by the business of which actual cash has not been received. And accrued income must be credited to profit and loss account and treated as a current asset in the balance sheet. So accrued income are to be added to the gross profit on the credit side of the profit and loss account, and as well as treated as a current asset in the balance sheet. Accrued income can also be referred to as outstanding income. So it is also known as outstanding income. And examples of accrued income are rent receivable, commission receivable, etc. We have format for calculating or determining accrued income, and the procedure for determining accrued income for a particular year is the cash received in the trading year, the actual cash received in the trading year. We are expected to add the accrual for the current year and less previous year's accrual to arrive at the amount that is going to be stated in the profit and loss account for such expenses or income for such income during the year. Again, the procedures for determining the amount that is going to be stated in the profit and loss as income for a particular year is through. You start with the cash received in the trading year, that is the actual cash received on such income. You add the current year accrual, the amount that has been determined as the current year accrual. Whatever you get, you less the previous year accrual, and the balance will be what is transferred to the profit and loss account as the actual amount of the income for that year. So let's have the ledger entry for income account, debit and credit side, because it follows the principle of double entry, and our denomination as naira. So on the debit side, we have the last year accrual, that is the accrual, the accrued income brought forward from last year, from the last accounting year. Then on the credit side, we have the total amount, the total cash that has been received during the year on such income. Since we know that since the amount is received as income, the cash book will be debited. Therefore, the income account will be credited. So cash is credited to the income account. Then the current year accrual will now be added to the cash, and you deduct the last year accrual from it. So by deducting the last year accrual, we arrive at the amount that is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account. Then the current year accrual will now be brought down on the debit side of the income account for the incoming year. Let's have an illustration on what we have just discussed on the format of accrued income that we have just discussed. Let's have an illustration to make it clearer. Illustration on accrued income. Write off the ledger account of Mr. Mashood as at 31st December 2001, showing the transfer to the final account. Showing the transfer to the final account. He earned, that is Mr. Mashood earned commission from sales for the year ended 31st December 2001, which amounted to 85,000 naira. Then the owing, that is the accrued income as at 31st December year 2000 was 8,000 naira, while the owing as at 31st December 2001 was 14,500. So let's look at the procedure for solving the question. As we know from the question that the cash received in the trading year was 85,000 naira as stated in the question, then had the commission owing as at 31st December 2001, which is the accrual for the current year, 14,500 to the cash received in the trading year, 85,000 naira. So we have 99,500 naira. Then less the commission owing as at 31/12/2000, that is the accrual for the last year, 8,000 naira. So by deducting 8,000 naira from 99,500, we arrive at a profit and loss account of 91,500 naira. That is the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account will be 91,500 naira. So let's have the ledger entry for that illustration. Moshood Enterprises, commission receivable account. We have the debit side and the credit side. To start with, on the debit side, you will have the balance brought forward from the last year, that is the accrued income from the last accounting year, you brought it forward. So therefore we have balance brought forward 31/12/2000, which is 8,000 naira. Then moving to the credit side of the account, we have the total cash received for the year, which was 85,000 naira. Then the accrued income for the current year, that is the accrued income as at 31/12/2001, that will be the balance carried down for that year, which is 14,500 naira. So that accrued income for the year, which is 14,500 naira, is expected to be added to the cash the cash receipt for the year, which was 85,000 naira. So by adding the two together, we have 99,500 naira. So from the total of 99,500 naira, you are expected to deduct the balance brought forward from last year, that is the accrued income as at 31st December 2000 from it. So we deduct 8,000 naira from 99,500 naira. So we have the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account, which is 91,500 naira debited to the commission receivable account. Then we have the total of 99,500 on the debit side and 99,500 on the credit side. Then the accrued income for the current year will now become balance brought forward for the next accounting year, which is 14,500 naira. So that's an illustration on commission receivable accounts. Having illustrate how to prepare the ledger of income receivable account, then we have to move on to accrued expenses. What do we mean by accrued expenses? Accrued expenses are expenses that have been incurred before being paid for by the firm. Accrued expenses are expenses that have been incurred before being paid for by the firm. That is the expenses that has been incurred before being paid for by the business. To properly match expenses with revenue, expenses should be recognized in the period incurred. That is, if you want to properly match the total expenses with the total income of a business, then we must recognize all the expenses that have been incurred during the period. Accrued expenses is debited to profit and loss account and treated as a liability in the balance sheet. That is, accrued expenses are to be debited to profit and loss account and are to be treated as a liability in the balance sheet. Accrued expenses are expenses which accrue but have not been discharged. They are expenses which accrue but have not been discharged. They can be referred to as expenses owing or creditor for expenses. They can be referred to as expenses owing or creditor for expenses. Example of such expenses are telephone, rates, insurance, etc. So the procedure for calculating amount to be transferred to profit and loss account is, this is the procedure you are going to follow to determine the actual amount that is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account for a particular firm as at the end of his accounting period. We have the denomination of naira, the amount paid during the year. So you look for the amount paid during the year. You had the accrued or owing during the year to it. So the amount paid had the accrued or owing during the year to it, then less amount owing for last year. Then whatever you get will give you the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account for the trading year. Having done that, now let us look at the ledger entry for expenses account. Let us look at ledger entry for expenses account. Expense account follow the principle of double entry, so we have the debit and the credit side. Then the denomination should be stated. So in this case, we have naira on both sides. Now, since it's an expenses, the amount owing from last year will be credited because it is brought forward from last year. It is to be credited. So as you can see, the amount owing from last year is credited to the expenses account. And on the debit side, the cash paid for the expenses is debited to the account. Then owing during the trading year, owings during the trading year, the amount owing during the trading year is expected to be added to the cash paid during the trading year, and from it we are to deduct the amount owing from last year, which was on the debit side. Then whatever remains will be transferred to the profit and loss account. Whatever remains will be transferred to the profit and loss account, and then we have the total and the balance brought down. That is the owing during the trading year will now become owing brought forward for the next accounting year. Note: The balance brought down is the amount owing at the end of the period, that is for the current period, and is treated as liability in the balance sheet. Let's have an illustration on expenses account. How we determine the amount that is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account. Illustration. The financial year of the Truth Enterprises ended on 31st December 2019. The financial year of the Truth Enterprises ended on 31st December 2019. Show the ledger account. Show the ledger account. We have rent paid 31/12/19, 40,000 naira. We have rent paid 01/01/19, 5,000 naira. We have rent. Okay. The financial year of the Truth Enterprises ended on 31st December 2019. Show the ledger account. Rent paid 31/12/19 is 40,000 naira. So that's the amount that has been paid for during the year. Rent owing as at 1st of January 2019, 5,000 naira. Rent owing as at 31/12/2019, 3,000 naira. Now to solution. The amount paid during the year was 40,000 naira as stated in the question. Then you add the accrued or owing during the trading year. That is the rent owing 31/12/19, which was 3,000 naira to 40,000 naira. So we have 43,000 naira. Then you have to less the rent owing 01/01/2019, that is the rent owing as at 1st January 2019, which was 5,000 naira. So you less it from 43,000 naira. So less amount owing for last year, which was 5,000 naira, from 43,000 naira. We have a profit and loss of 38,000 naira. So the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account stand at 38,000 naira. Ledger entry. The name of the business is the Truth Enterprises. Rent account, which is an expenses account. We have the debit and credit side stated. Then we have the denomination naira on both sides. The amount that has been paid during the year will be debited to the rent account, which is an expenses account, because it has been credited to the cash account. So we debit the rent account with the amount that has been paid, cash 40,000 naira. Then you credit the side with the amount owing. With the amount owing for the last accounting year. The amount owing for the last accounting year, which was 5,000 naira. Then also the amount owing as at the end of the current accounting year, that is 31/12/2009, which was 3,000 naira, will be our balance carried down. So 40,000 plus 3,000, we have 43,000 naira. Then deduct the balance brought down from last year, which stood at 5,000 naira from 43,000 naira. We have the amount that is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account to be 38,000 naira. Then the amount owing during the year will now be brought down or brought forward to the next accounting year, and the total for both sides will be 43,000 naira. So that is an illustration on accrued income and accrued expenses, which led us to prepare income account and expenses account on accrued. on accruals. From there, we move on to prepayment. From accruals, we move on to prepayment. Prepayments are the amount paid in current period for a subsequent period. Prepayments are the amount paid Prepayments are the amount paid in current period for a subsequent period. That is, the amount that has been paid for another period, which has been paid during this period for the next period. Payment that has been made during this accounting year, but which are meant for the next accounting year. That's what we refer to as a prepayment. Expenses can be paid in advance, and income can also be received in advance. That is, prepayment can either be expenses paid in advance or income received in advance. Therefore, it can be categorized into two, namely prepaid expenses and prepaid income. Prepayments can be referred to as deferrals, prepaid, or paid in advance. Expenses in advance. Expenses in advance are prepayment for services in advance of their use. Expenses in advance are prepayment for services in advance of their use. They are expenses like rent, insurance, which are paid in advance for subsequent period. It is referred to as prepaid expenses. Reduction of expenses, i.e. expenses for the period, debited to profit and loss account while it is treated as a current asset in the balance sheet. What we are trying to explain in expenses and advance is that these are expenses that are being paid for, but the expenses are yet to be incurred during this accounting period. So the amount that has been paid will be for the next accounting period, and we can have expenses in advance for expenses such as rent, insurance, rates, electricity, advertising, etc. Then expenses in advance are to be deducted from the expenses of the current year, and the balance debited to profit and loss account, while expenses in advance is treated as a current asset in the balance sheet. The procedure for determining the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account is this. We have the denomination naira. The amount paid as expenses in the trading period. Amount paid as expenses in the trading period had amount prepaid last year. So amount paid during the total amount paid during the period, you had the amount paid as prepaid during the last accounting period to it. Whatever you get, you less amount prepaid for next year from it. So whatever remains will be transferred to the profit and loss account. The ledger entry, expenses account. Since it follows the principle of double entry, we have the debit and credit side. You have the denomination. In this case, we have naira. Then the cash paid during the year, during the trading year, will be debited. The amount prepaid for last year will also be debited. That is, the amount prepaid brought forward from last year will also be debited. Then on the credit side, the amount prepaid for the next year, which will be prepaid for next year carried down, will be credited. So this amount prepaid for next year will be deducted from the figures on the debit side, which include cash paid during the year and the amount prepaid from last year. So whatever remain will now be transferred to the profit and loss account. So on the debit side, we have the cash paid during the year, the amount prepaid from last year, you add it together. Then on the credit side, we have the profit and loss, that is the amount transferred to the profit and loss account, as well as the prepaid for next year carry down. So we have the total equal on both sides, and the prepaid for next year will now be brought down on the debit side as balance brought down. To have a better understanding of what I just illustrated, let's have an illustration on how to tackle questions on prepayments. Illustration: write up the ledger account of Destiny Enterprises as at 31st December 2018. Insurance paid for the year ended 31st December 2018 amounted to 50,000 naira. That is the total amount cash paid for insurance during the year amounted to 50,000 naira. Prepaid as at 31st December 2017. You know, the account which we are going to be talking about is 2018. So the prepaid as at 31st December 2017, that is prepayment from last year, was 7,400 naira, while prepaid as at 31st December 2018 was 10,000 naira. That is the prepayment which occurred during this account year stood at 10,000 naira. So you are now required to determine the amount to be posted to the profit and loss account. So solution: let's just use the procedure first. Solution using the procedure. So the total cash paid during the year, 50,000 naira. The total cash paid during the year, 50,000 naira, had the amount for the last accounting, the prepaid brought forward from the last accounting year, 7,400 to it, to the cash paid during the year, 50,000 naira. So we have 57,400 naira. Then less amount prepaid for next year. Less amount prepaid for next year. Less amount prepaid for next year, which is 10,000 naira. So from 57,400 less 10,000 naira, we have the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account, which stood at 47,000 naira. Let's now use ledger to illustrate the posting from the procedures. So the name of the business, Destiny Enterprises. We have the debit and credit side of the ledger, and the name of the expenses is insurance account. Insurance account. The name of the account is insurance account, and our denomination is naira on both sides. Now, prepaid for last year brought forward 7,400. Prepaid for last year brought forward 7,400 debited to the account. Then the cash paid during the year, 50,000 naira, is to be added to 7,400 naira. Then we have total of 57,400 naira on the debit side. The prepaid for next year carried down, that is the amount that has been prepaid the prepayment which is meant for the next accounting year, which stood at 10,000 naira, is to be deducted from the total on the debit side, 57,400 naira. Then we have profit and loss, that is the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account, 47,400 naira. We have the amount to be transferred to the profit and loss account, 47,400 naira. Then we have total of 57,400 on both sides, and the balance, that is the prepaid for next year, will now be the balance brought down for next accounting year, 10,000 naira. That's an illustration on prepayment expenses, that is expenses paid in advance. So this is a convenient point for us to round off our class on the accruals and prepayment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.